Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hani Pamalia. I'm from PBI 4B English Education Department. So today I will explain about the aspect of TEYL in Indonesia. Okay, the first I will explain the change to the curriculum in Indonesia now as the curriculum Merdeka have affected the materials and research used for teaching English in schools. Curriculum Merdeka gives schools and teachers more freedom to create their own curriculum and learning materials instead of using a single national curriculum. Okay, the second material is about same with the material before. This is about the independent curriculum or curriculum Merdeka. The implementation of TEYL in independent curriculum is very different from the previous curriculum. The independent curriculum previously student-centered learning and look at the need analysis of each student to improve students' critical thinking and harm student abilities and creativity based on their perspective potential. The teacher is a facilitator who meets student needs, but in some areas it is not yet qualified to be able to see the needs of students, especially in remote areas. In recent years, there has been a shift towards more communicative, interactive. It is focusing on developing oral fluency and listening. Okay, the next material is curriculum and education policy of the TEYL in Indonesia. The 2013 curriculum eliminated English of a compulsory subject in elementary school, replacing it with an extracurricular and elective subject. The curriculum and education policy to English, the teaching English of young learner or TEYL in Indonesia are influenced by the government policies and the lack of clear direction for the English teaching curriculum in elementary school. English is taught a local content in some schools, extracurricular in others, and not all in some schools. To the decentralized decision making in education and the inclusion of English and extracurricular subject in the national primary school curriculum. Okay, next material is teacher competence and teacher beliefs. Teacher competence have 3 points. The first is studies have found that many Indonesian elementary school English teachers lack sufficient English proficiency and pedagogical skills to effectively teach young learners. And then the second point is factor contributing to this include inadequate pre-service training program that do not properly prepare teacher. And then the second is lack of ongoing professional development opportunities. Third is low teacher salaries, leading to low motivation and limited time for self-improvement. And then the last point is the government has implemented initiatives to improve teacher competence such as certification program and English language training, but significant challenge remains. Okay, next is teacher beliefs. Teacher beliefs have 4 points. The first is research indicates that many Indonesian elementary English teachers hold traditional teacher-centered belief about language teaching. And then the second is this belief often conflict with the communicative, student-centered approach recommended for young learners. And then third is factors shaping this belief include number one is experience as student in exam-oriented classroom. The second is limitation in their own English proficiency, and then third is lack of exposure to modern language teaching methodologies. And then the last point is changing teacher belief is difficult but critical for improving the quality of English instruction for young learners in Indonesia. Okay, I think that's all for me, and I think it's enough to explain all material from our group. So, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.